All right, welcome back to the channel. We've got the GTTR back here again, and the brakes are all mounted and seated. This time we're getting to the heart of the beast and start putting all the new parts onto this project. So let's get to it. All right, welcome back to the GTTR project, and this time we've got the motor in the bay. The brakes are all mounted, bolted up. We do have to get new front brake lines because I don't feel like the length is adequate enough.
That's what she said. For
turning this car lock to lock, but we have a lot of new parts ready to go into this engine bay, so let's get to it. All right, so aside from the mods that you can really see on this RB25 engine, we do have a Ignite 5.0 front cover on it, an aftermarket intake manifold holding those 1000cc injectors because this car is only going to be running on E85. No flex fuel tune for this because we are on an Apexy Power FC ECU and it's not capable to do both without plugging in a laptop and switching the tune completely, flushing out all the fuel and all that. We're not doing that. We're only going to run pump E85 in this car. On the back side of the motor, we ended up choosing a competition clutch stage 2 setup. That complete kit comes with a lightened steel flywheel, a new clutch disc, pressure plate, release bearing, and the pilot bushing. Thankfully, it also came with the clutch alignment tool, so we don't have to go through this tote of clutch alignment tools that we already have on hand. Huge thank you to them for supplying everything you actually need to install the system into your car. So many new manufacturers today are making you purchase a clutch alignment tool separately. Thank you to Competition Clutch. It comes complete and ready to install in this car. So it's on the back of this motor, already sitting in the car, ready to install that transmission. All right, this is our HKS high power exhaust that's going on our GTTR. So let's go ahead and mount it up before we test fit the downpipe. In case you were wondering, this is from Apexy, and huge thank you to them for always being on board with all our projects. We're gonna go ahead and test fit this downpipe to see if our twin turbo RB25 is in the same location as an RB26 and an R34, so we're about to find out. We've got the engine in, the clutch, the flywheel, the transmission, the drive shaft. We mocked up the exhaust, and we've also been able to mock up that new Apexy twin turbo downpipe. Now we know what we need to do in the future to get the exhaust to all line up together. As you guys know, this is an RB25. We put twin turbos on it, so we didn't know if the twin turbos are in 100% the exact location as they would be on a true RB26 DETT. This was our first test to figure out whether the downpipe was gonna fit and just be a straight drop-in for the RB25 DETT now with the replacement downpipe from Apexy, and see whether or not that was gonna fit. We've come to find out that it actually does make contact to the floorboard, and it's really at the rear section of the floorboard only. So we've come up with a mildly easier fix as opposed to creating a new downpipe from scratch. This downpipe has thick flanges, gaskets, a flex pipe, everything we need to essentially get us 90% of the way there. Now this needs to go to Works Corsa to modify that downpipe just at the tail section. So right where it's making contact with the floor, my idea right now, without going through the measurements, is that we cut off the rear section, add a pie cut, and move that flange a little bit further down the floorboard, because about 5 inches further down the floorboard, you have a big hump inside that tunnel. That hump housed the original catalytic converter that was in this car previously. So that's where we're gonna have the most space for that flange and the hardware, and actually to be able to maneuver and make space for that downpipe to be finalized. So it's up to Works Corsa now to modify that downpipe and match it up to that HKS high power exhaust that we have going out the back. But that was our first view as to what does the twin turbo setup on an RB25 in a rear wheel drive R34 chassis look like. There's other issues we have to tackle now. There's an issue with the front turbo intake elbow that comes directly off the turbo, needs to be modified. This part is making contact. We can already see where the grease marks are from the old power steering line, because I had this media blasted to get nice and fresh. We're gonna have to clean it again. We're gonna go ahead and notch this tube and also plug off this, because we have no more recirculator blow-off valves on this car. We're gonna cap that part, notch the tube on the bottom of the intake so that way it fits. Our issue is that the AC hardline on the RB25 DET is in a different manner than what the RB26 DET AC compressor hardline would be. I'm not looking at one side by side to know whether that hardline has a different angle as opposed to ours, but we know that with the twin turbos and the AC compressor on there, it is making contact on the bottom of this intake elbow. From that point, we're gonna have to figure out how to fit the stock airbox, because I have one that has the MAF deletes, being that we are choosing an Apex E-Power FC D-Jetro system. That is a MAF-less tunable ECU. It comes with a MAP sensor, or actually you have to add the MAP sensor and the intake air temp sensor to read to that ECU, so that way it's more tunable for what you need after deleting the mass airflow sensors. When we mock up that new airbox, it's actually an R33 GTR airbox. Huge thank you to Apex. Jason, thank you again for supplying us with the twin turbos that are on this car and that airbox that already had the HKS MAF deletes on it. We're gonna go ahead and mate that up to see at that point where this intercooler pipe needs to go, because we have a canister here and we have more AC shit in the way. That's freaking awesome, because I love dealing with AC stuff all the time. We also have a power steering line that is a loop-de-loo for an RB25. It goes up and over in front of the engine. I'm not 100% sure if that's gonna be in our way for the fan setup that I wanna run, because we have this aftermarket single throttle body front-facing intake manifold now. It also has this jumble of coolant lines that feed from the underneath of the intake plenum that it will interfere with our clutch fan. So we're ditching the clutch fan. With the coil radiator, I usually run the dual derail electric fans. I know Spall is a huge manufacturer of electric fans, but we've had crazy good luck, and I've tried and tested it on my IS300 wagon with the 1J, dual fans, never overheats, tons of flow. They're rated at 4,400 CFM. I know a lot of people are gonna chime in and say, oh, your clutch fan will do more than that, but that's great if it would fit. Fitment is always our problem, so we're gonna go ahead and modify this hose and all the hoses feeding it to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. And if I can fit the clutch fan, then cool, I'll fit the clutch fan. I am obviously gonna try to do that first with dropping in the radiator, shorten these hoses so it fits around the throttle body, and see if I can fit the clutch fan. If I can fit the clutch fan without it destroying our upper radiator hose, then shit, by all means, we'll put it in. But yeah, there's a lot of things you need to modify for an RB25 to go twin turbo in a rear-wheel drive chassis. Number one, front intake tube. AC lines, possibly. Intercooler plumbing, more nightmare. Downpipe, just modify the tail section. Luckily, that's one of the easier fixes, where it's not like rocket science to figure that out, because we know where it's making contact in the floor. We know how much more space we need to get out of the way. Thankfully, it's not too big of a deal. And there's fabrication to be done on this anyway, because there's not a drop-in intercooler kit that I can just buy off the shelf and be like, oh yeah, all the piping lines up, cool, let's do it. If this was single turbo with a front-facing manifold, there is an intercooler kit that fits 90% of the stuff. But We have that awesome, massive C West bumper that has essentially like tunnel ram towards the intercooler. None of those intercooler kits are gonna fit on the front bumper from C West. So we had to modify. We changed our AC condenser fan. The GTR one, I think, was actually still gonna sit too far out, so we put a slimmer one directly onto the condenser. I know it's not ideal, but it's gonna work for what we need it and for how often we're gonna drive this in 100-degree weather. This is gonna be more than sufficient. All right, thank you guys for sticking around this long. On the next video, you're gonna see us deal with these issues and troubles that we have to deal with going twin turbo on our RB25. Modifying that intake tube, figuring out if that clutch fan will finally fit once and for all. Then from that point on, we're gonna head on over to Works Corsa and Unrivaled Tuning to finish off the fabrication and get that first startup. Hi. Did you bring it? Where'd you put it? Oh. Yeah, you gotta go boom. It is filming.
Varome.
That sounds just like the movie.
Varome.
I thought he'd be less annoying muffled.
Oh, pop, zaddy.
He's not an RB, he's a DB.